The cost of compliance must be zero, says our strapline, and I'm sure you will agree that's an objective and a target that many companies would like to achieve, but do have great difficulty in doing so. It's not an easy journey, but it is one with the benefit of our facilitation, our consulting and our training services that we're confident that you can achieve. It's based, however, on a couple of fundamental platforms for success. Those platforms can be broadly broken down into the following two areas. The first is an organizational development platform, which looks at structure and strategy within your organization, and the second one is an operational platform. Let's deal with the organizational one first. One of the first requirements in order to achieve this objective is that your risk management disciplines, occupational health and safety, environmental management, food safety, business process, product quality, these functions need to be structured for revenue generation through process optimization. They should not be structured purely for compliance. They need to be structured for revenue generation. And one is able to do that only if one starts to link and align certain core functions within your organization. What are those functions? The first is research and development, R&D. The second one is clearly your risk management disciplines of CQ. And the third, specifically, the area of process optimization or industrial engineering. If you're thinking to yourself, do we really have a function that is dedicated towards process optimization and industrial engineering? And if the answer is no, then I think that you have identified one of the core components that is required for medium and large size enterprises to ensure that they can achieve these objectives. You need the capacity to be able to continually drive improvement within your organization. And the structural alignment of R&D, CQ, and industrial engineering or process optimization will provide you with a very sound starting point. The second foundation is to ensure that you distinguish between CQ management as against CQ assurance as against CQ control. The latter, clearly something that you want to delegate to align functions. The first two, you would probably prefer to keep independent, but they need to be separated. Assurance functions and management functions are not the same. And if you distinguish across all three, you're going to create a capacity that you will be very pleased that you have uncovered. One of the third key platforms to deliver a zero cost of compliance is to ensure that you've contracted with your executive management across the board in all disciplines. In other words, be it in HR or finance, engineering, production, or the classical CQ function, you want to contract with your executives who head up each of those functions to ensure that as part of their performance specifications, as part of their performance contracts, that they are committed to the achievement of both process optimization and compliance goals. Lastly, you need to be sure that you are creating the capacity within your organization to deliver. And this, at the end of the day, is a skill requirement. The two most common skill deficiencies that we come across are firstly, root cause analysis, and secondly, process optimization tools and techniques. If the cost of compliance sounds attractive to you, invest in those two areas of training and you will achieve the objective. I'm going to move out of the area of organizational development and into that of operational implementation. There are a couple of key points to bear in mind. Number one, risk assessment is a common methodology in all of these risk management systems. Standardize on that risk assessment methodology. Make sure that the same risk assessment methodology is being used right across your supply chain. This will enable you to do a comparative evaluation between the risks in one area of your business and the other. The second is to focus your CQ management in the area of change control and in the common management processes of the compliance standards. Change control is probably the single most important area for your CQ management to focus on. Changes in people, changes in processes, changes in suppliers, in raw materials, in customer requirements. It's on that lip of the change activity that your SHIQ management need to be focused. We hope that some of those will provide you with interest and the desire to go further in terms of looking at what our website and the services are that we can offer you, and we look forward to meeting you in person.